Hi, this is Monica Ramirez. Thank you for being here in Beyond the Third. And this is Monica Ramirez again from Warrior of Love. And I would like to talk to you today about the process of the awakening. I believe you all guys have heard about the awakening, that we're going to that process and we're going to the process of ascension. But there are some things that they were very important and they were crucial at the beginning when I'm going to talk only about my experience. I can't talk about the experience of others, but I only can talk about mine. And I would like to talk today about the dark night of the soul. In the dark night of the soul is when we're waking up, we feel very confused. We don't know what is going on with us. We have all of us, we have things that we have to work on, things that we have to let go. We have to learn to love ourselves, things that we have to forgive ourselves. In that process, it becomes, we can go into depressions, we can go in pains, we can go in a lot of stuff that is very dark and very dense. And that's just energy. Remember, everything is energy. And that is not going to make the difference. When you're in the dark night of the soul, it's things that you're processing that is going to be very difficult, that you might go into the process of forgiving yourself for all the things that you have done wrong. It will be easier for you if you love yourself, you will say that. But at the same time, if you haven't done it, if you haven't gone really deep and feel the love that you have for you and start vibrating, you're gonna go into a very dark space. And it feels like it's gonna be forever and ever and ever and ever. And sometimes it can last, the depression, for years, or it can last weeks, or it can last months, or days, or hours simply. How long it's gonna take, that depends on every single one of us. In the moment you start observing that you are the only one that has the power of changing it, and you observe the problem, that the depression is going, we like to talk about that, and you observe the depression. Okay, why I'm depressed, why I feel so sad, why I can't get out of there. Okay, you take it apart. Okay, I am depressed because I feel guilty for something that I did wrong, and you observe it and you see, oh, okay, I haven't forgiven myself for this and this and this. Don't relive it again, because in the moment you relive it again, in that moment you're gonna feel all those emotions and they're not nice. Bringing back the past to the present in that way, feeling it again, it is very, very painful. And what you're gonna do is basically stay longer in that depression, because you give permission to yourself to feel it again. But if you become the observer and you're observing over here why you haven't forgive yourself, and you're just observing it, observe it every single angle, observe every single angle, why you haven't, you're going to realize that there was just a lesson in life that you were needing to live, to learn, like learning math, like learning science, learning about something. It's the same process. So you're going to observe it in every single angle, and you're going to realize, oh, I understand why I haven't forgiven myself. Okay, it was just a lesson. And you're going to let it go. It is easier because you're going to embrace it. In the moment you understand it, what was the lesson in there to learn, then it's easier to let it go. And in the moment you let it go, you're always going to come out from the dark night of the soul. It's not going to be permanent. It's not going to be forever unless you want to. Because remember, our mind is so, so, so powerful that whatever you think, you're going to create. Whatever you believe is going to become reality. So don't stay into that depression. Don't stay into that pain. Forgive yourself for anything that you have done wrong, or things that you have let go in the different choices, with the wrong choices. Forgive yourself. We just were experimenting. There are thousands and thousands and thousands ways of dimensions or timelines that you can observe. We are creating a new timeline right now in this moment. So, thinking positive things. And if you encounter an emotion that is dark and dense, the vibration is slow. In that moment, just observe why it came out right now. Because right now, in this moment, in 2019, in August, the things from the past, they came back already to the things that we haven't closed, that we haven't letting go in the past, is just going to show up again. And that can provoke the dark night of the soul again. So observe why is now in this timeline. Things that I have lived in when I was 15 years old, they're coming out right now. And I have asked myself why they're now here. So I observe them. I don't relive them. I observe them. And I observe every single angle. So like that I can understand why I live it, why I chose to live those experiences. And I like, oh, I understand now why I live this, why I learned from this. That make me also part of who I am right now, that experience. So I integrated in myself, loving it. Why? Because I love who I am now. So those experiences make us learn all that. So love them, and they will pass faster, or else they can get stuck. Everybody right now, by moments, we have depressions or we have sadness. How long it's gonna last? The difference between sadness and depression is how long it's gonna last. I'm not gonna say that I have never passed a depression, because I have passed many. I used to be antidepressive for more than 10 years. And the only way I actually let go, even the medicines for antidepressives, and actually I haven't felt a horrible depression now, is because I came to understand that it was my choice to feel it or not to feel it. Everything is our choice. So including a depression or anxiety or panic attacks or antisocial, being antisocial, everything is our choice. I used to be very depressed. I used to guilt myself very profoundly for all the mistakes that I have done in my life. So they were not letting me get out of my depression. And one of the things, when you're depressed, you really think that there are not more doors that just being depressed and getting to really into the bottom. And that abyss is so dark and so terrible that in that moment, when you understand that there is no more bottom, because you're already in the bottom, there is nothing up, so you have to get up. I chose in that moment that I did not want it to be sad, that I was needing to forgive myself for any mistakes that I did, so I can let go all the antidepressives, all the pain that I was living, all the fears that I was passing through, because they were just blocking me. They were just like an attachment. It just was holding me with chains. In that moment, when I realized that, I started letting go all the chains, all the fear, and I started forgiving myself, because I came to understand that we came to this plane. We're multidimensional beings living in a human body. We decide this. We decide this experience. That was our choice to be here in this moment, in this now. And if we take that in consideration, then it was my choice too, to live whatever I lived before, so I can learn. And I just have to observe what do I learn from there, so I can understand why I live them, and letting go and forgive whoever have harmed me, whoever have tried to hurt me. I give them permission, and I am responsible for that. Part of the awakening is coming to understand that everything is your choice. Everything that you do in your life, observe around you. Whatever you have around you, whatever experience you're passing through, is being your choice. No one has put it there for you. And stop being the victim. Because in the moment you're the victim, you're giving the power to something, or somebody, or a society, or the church, or your parents, or your brothers, or the husband, or the kids, or the society. You're gonna pass the guilt to someone else. You're powerless because you really think you're guilt. You're just a victim. Poor you. But in reality, everything has been your choice, even to be a victim too. The dark night of the soul is when you actually own all your mistakes, all your choices, all who you are, and you say, yes, I did it, and yes, I learned this, and that will give you your power back. And having your power back, you can control depressions, anxiety, social anxieties, anything that is actually getting you stuck. How you can come out of your stuckness? It's very simple. Just observe that you're stuck and stop being stuck. Why? Because everything you created in your mind, everything you have created with your feelings, with your emotions, with your thoughts. So, in the same way, you can uncreate it. It's something I came to understand that something gets too complicated. That's not the way. Because the way of ascension is actually very simple. We are magical beings, all of us. I'm not more special than you are. We all are so special. We are all creators because we are creating our life. If you don't like a situation you're living and you feel you're stuck, like, oh, observe it. It's like, I'm stuck. Oh, why I'm stuck? Because I have been having fear to move on, because I am afraid how I'm gonna pay for the bills, or I hate my job, I'm fearing I will not find another job. Well, the only way you can overcome your fears is affronting them. That's the only way you can overcome your fears. You have to become that warrior of yourself, because the only savior that is gonna come here and help you and save you is you. So, and it's your choice, because you are a powerful being. So stop being the victim, because that role is taken for everybody in the world. So stop playing that role, because it's not going to help you in any way. And another thing that I have came to understand in my own process is when you're vibrating low, you're going to attract anything that assimilates to that, because everything is in vibration. My cup of coffee that I have here, the table, the light, this camera, me, my friends, everything that you observe is vibrating. When you're vibrating low, in a dense energy, you're going to attract everything that is vibrating in the same level as you. And you're going to attract it. And you say, oh my God, I have heard this many times, including with myself in the past. Why I always attract men that are going to beat me, they're going to treat me like really bad. Why no man deserve, I can find a good man in my life. And that's what you're going to attract. Why? Because that's what you believe you can attract. But in the moment you understand that you're actually worth it, that you actually can get something better, you will get something better, because you start raising your vibration. In the moment you start giving permission to yourself to be happy, in the moment you give yourself permission that you have abundance, in the moment you give yourself permission to live the life that you actually dream of because you deserve it, you're raising your vibration, and good things are going to happen to you. You're a magical being, remember. Don't forget that part. I'm not going to end not saying it over and over and over and over, because you have to understand how magical you are. In the moment you raise your vibration, in that moment, you're not going to, people are saying, oh my God, about mediums and about channelers. What is the difference between them? Well, when I started channeling a long time ago, I was in a lower vibration again, and that's when I consider myself that I was being a medium. And the beings I was hearing, seeing, feeling, etc., they were dead people. Why? Because all channelers, that we are all at the end, conscious or subconscious, we have an open sign here that says open. And you're vibrating low. That's what you're going to attract. only means that they only can see you because you're vibrating in that level. You raise your vibration, thinking positive about you, start meditating, start working with yourself, stop being the victim in the victim mood. You're raising your vibration. In that moment, you start speaking actually with angels, with your guides, with ascended masters, etc., galactics, etc. And everything depends on you. You have the choice of everything. So don't give up. Everything can change in a second. It's just a matter of your own choice, because it's up to you. So if you don't like what you're living in your life right now, make the change. It's that simple. Change what you don't like. Change, but first do the change to be outside. You have to do it inside of yourself, because everything also at the same time is a mirror what we have inside of us. So love, give thanks for whatever you have, not for the things that you don't have. Give thanks for the things that you have, and at the same time, you want to project something in the future, like the law of attraction commented. It's very simple. Start imagining it, feeling it, because feeling is the magic. So if I want a house in, I don't know, in the mountains with a beautiful view, not have to worry too much about money, having a happy family, etc., I have to feel it inside of myself first, so it can be projected from the outside. I'm working with that, guys. I'm working exactly with that, because I do want a magical life. And I know one of the things I have to work on. And a lot of it is self-worth, how much I care for me, and to learn to accept gifts from others. I'm not talking exactly you, but gifts from the same universe. Accept them and know that I deserve them, so I can start living them. I am in the same process as you all. I'm not different than you. I'm working with myself, and I'm going to this ascension like you are, like I am. We are all in the same boat. So love yourself, forgive yourself, so you can do it. Thank you for watching Beyond the Third. And if you like this video, please click like and subscribe, so you can be seeing our videos. We appreciate that very much. Share it with your friends. This might help someone else. Thank you.